Hello, we're here. We're doing it. We're doing the final draft. We'll see how long it takes us. But, I mean, you guys wanted it, so this is what we're gonna do. You can't see my mouse cursor right now, but I am gonna use my mouse and keyboard for this. I use my controller for, like, 99% of the first playthrough. It was just at the very end it started being, like, a little bit unwieldy. But, I figure, you know, playing through it again, I might as well play it a different way, so I'm using mouse and keyboard. I don't really want to do hard, to be honest. So let's just keep on normal. I'm here for the lore. I'm here for the lore, not the challenge.
Back to the beginning, with the memory of the past loop already fading fast. But while it lingers, I know there's hope. We're not doomed to repeat our failures in an eternal loop. This is a spiral. A fictional poet once said, "Beyond the shadow you settle for, there is a miracle illuminated. I will not settle for a shadow. I'll find the miracle through the night."
Oh, hello, Alan. It's me again, remember? From the start of the game?
It's not just victims and monsters. I see now there are heroes as well. We can find our way through the darkness. We will break through the surface. We will emerge into the light.
So already it's a bit different from the original. To the original, like I'm playing the same game, it's just, you know, second go through. We got Nightingale. But we know now. Does the game know we know now? Like, how much is actually going to change? I kind of don't expect a huge amount of changes. Seeing the different intro was already more of a change than I was expecting. Like, I kind of expect the final cutscene to be different, and I expect to maybe get some different like memos, like lore, like notes and stuff. But like, I don't really expect much else to be too different. But I guess we'll see. So there's the writer, the playwright, and the author. Yeah. So we know them. Is it Booker or Brooker? Booker. We know them. By the way, hopefully someone's not, like, watching this who hasn't seen the first playthrough. Just to let you know, you are right now watching the New Game Plus playthrough. I've already played through this game once and finished it, so I'm not going to hold back on no spoilers about it. So if you haven't watched the first, you know, original playthrough, turn back now. Go watch that first, and then come back. Dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is the tree? I didn't even, like, honestly, I just didn't even really remember all this. Yeah, I have been watching, I watched through another YouTuber's playthrough finally, because, you know, I was waiting until I was finished with the game and then I started watching it. And he mentioned that at the end of the game, when you're back to Alan Wake, when you're back to Alan Wake at the end of the game, the like route that you take as you go back to, you know, approaching the town is the same route that Nightingale takes. It's this route right here. You know, going through the tree. But that was interesting. Something I'd never really realized before. Can we go this way instead? Ow! Nope. You got me. To the Ilmo? Again, don't, you know, there's spoilers. I've already finished the game, there's spoilers. So is that... So is that like what the Taken see? The Taken don't even realize what's going on. They're just... They see something completely different. I keep thinking the game is like louder than it used to be. I don't know if they really did reset the volume. I'll turn it down a little bit. It's a little loud for me. You know, I want to keep the voices up so I can hear them, but... Wait until, you know, we get some gameplay.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers.
Is it the one about Coffee World? I love that one.
Show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
I still think there's something up with Casey.
It can't be a coincidence that another
They never
body
explained
turns up just as we arrive in town.
They tried to semi-explain it,
Leaving us a message.
but it's not a satisfactory
I'm
explanation.
glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
So they kind of tried to explain it as
Cauldron Lake.
you can't create
Time
people
to get to
using
work.
the writing, right? You can only change existing people or make like copies of an existing person. And that's the way they explained the fictional Alex Casey, was that there is a real Alex Casey. And Alan Wake,
There's
for
the car. So
whatever
where's the
reason,
deputy?
By a bear.
somehow
I'll
knew
check out
about
that map.
the real Alex Casey and changed him to make him his own fictional character. But there's other weird things about him. For instance, and this could just be a reference. It could just be a reference.
I should
But
take a look at
we
that
saw
map.
it just now. With them both taking a drink in the car at exactly the same time. They do it like 2 or 3 times during the game.
I think I hear
It
someone.
could just be a reference. It could just be a little Easter
Could
egg.
be our deputy.
I can go take a look.
But like, I don't know. Oh, oh yeah. Let me turn. Let me turn master volume down to like 35. Then I'll turn this all the way up. Maybe 40. Alternatively, I could turn here. Let's turn this down to like 90. Let's turn this down to like 90. That should be good, right?
Hey, over here.
I'm gonna have to turn it back up, but it's fine. If I turn it back up, I'll turn the other stuff back down.
Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
Sheriff
You're
Timothy
half
Edward Breaker.
right. Anderson?
Hi.
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Sure.
What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the
Again, we're here for the lore, so we'll exhaust the dialogue
Into
options,
that, Thornton.
at the very least.
Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Yep.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it.
All right.
Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Okie dokie.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the
Indeed.
clues clearly.
Indeed. Mind
The
Palace.
Mind Place. My version
She
of
calls
the
it
Mind
place,
Palace
but
technique. To sift through clues and work
I like
the
Palace
case.
more.
Building the Mind
More
Place again
ostentatious.
for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board.
You know, I mean, I guess that's something that I didn't remember her saying. I'm sure she did, and I just missed it. I just wasn't paying attention. She says she uses the field office as the thing for the case. I guess that makes sense. I was playing through the first time. I was thinking, you know, it's kind of conspicuous that her mind place looks like, you know, the hotel room, the hotel conference room, or whatever. But now that makes more sense. Now that I'm hearing it again, it makes more sense. Radio. I have everything. I'm missing one song. I wonder what song I'm missing. I'm not getting deers right now. I wonder if we don't need to get the deers. Or if we have to get them again.
Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth
I don't know
taking
what we
another
need to get
look.
again. Yeah. Yeah. I got it. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Up and out. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Thank you. All right. Do I have anything? No, I don't think so. Cases. Alex cases. Nope. We got a new map, of course. It's it's not a new map. It's the old map.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking
Doesn't
it.
pause the game.
We're just getting started.
I
Let's head
remember that.
down the hill to the crime scene.
One thing I might do is, I think I actually want to make this a little bit brighter. Not too much brighter. Just a little bit brighter. That's pretty good.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Too much? I mean, right here, there's not too much sky. We're kind of under the trees.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am.
Yeah?
You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
What are they going to do for Alex Casey going forward? Because unfortunately, I wish it wasn't so, but the voice actor is no
Stairs
longer
are
with
out.
us.
You okay to jump down?
I'm not that.
I think we've read, I don't think this is anything different. Smear peek. Got it. Just went right through there. God, for a second I thought that was a person. I thought that was a person laying there. Like, oh my god, are they changing that much already? No. No, they're not.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Alright, you know what? For me, the dialogue isn't too quiet, but I can see how it might be quiet for you guys. Let me do this. Oops. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
I'm not really exploring around too much right now. But I will, don't worry. I'm not going to waste time doing it now when I can just do it, when we're going to head back and then I can just run around.
Hey!
Hey.
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Thornton, he's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
How... That's also something that
Now this is the scene
I
of the
remember
crime.
it, but I didn't
Found
really
him
bring
on
it
the
up.
table. Now we didn't touch nothing, you know.
Are there radios on
Procedures and
constantly
stuff.
so they can just hear each other
Thanks,
always?
Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
Because generally, they have
Step
the oh, he
Examine
doesn't
the
have, oh, here he is.
corpse.
This is on his chest. But you know, you still have to press a button, right? Generally with the walkie-talkies.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
All right. There it is.
Another body turns up
Click on
just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Yep. 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 Okay. Is it possible to... Hold on a minute. Is it possible to, like, turn off the tutorial stuff? Because I don't particularly need it. Oh, here it is. Right at the top. Right on the top. All right. I think I need to go back in there, but it's fine. I'll do that right now. Previous murders. So yeah, it's all the same. Also, there's Wendy Davis. There's Wendy Davis, the jerky magnate. Do we ever hear about any of these other two? Because, you know, obviously Wendy Davis is mentioned in the on the radio. Do we ever hear about Ted Lane? Or Percy Wolf? Dentist. Anything else? No. Next. This.
Inside stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
And
The killer left the heart right next to the body.
All right. Sorry, this is the first time I've actually had to do this with a mouse and keyboard. I've done it with controller before, so I'm getting used to it. All right.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Don't think that there's anything different here so far.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here. Waiting. Someone left in a hurry.
We know why that
Knocked the
is.
tripod over.
We know why now.
Was it for a camera? Was he killed here or brought here after? For display?
Is there anything else to... I could talk to him after a second. So in case anybody missed it, again, like watching it a second time, as I assume people watching me right now are going to be doing right now, watching it, watching through this a second time with me, playing it a second time. But because I watched it, you know, watched another YouTuber do it, so I kind of have it more fresh in my mind. Another thing I knew what they had done. I didn't remember the extent of what they had done. So the cult of the tree, the quote unquote cult. I remember that they had sabotaged the control, the Federal Bureau of Control, the monitoring station that's up, like up there. Right there. And I remember them saying that they had done it so that they could keep the feds out. But I didn't remember until I heard it again, them saying that they had done it. They had also rigged it so that they would get the alerts instead of the feds. So the cult gets the alerts, and that's how they knew to come down here, because they had gotten an alert that something was coming, and so they were here and they were waiting for it, because I assume they always kind of come around the same area. It's a lake, but I mean, Alan Wake came from the same area. So I don't know. Anyway, so that's why they were waiting. So in case anyone was wondering how they knew, that's how they knew.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word
I feel like
about
I should have replayed the
Well,
first game at some point too,
until
just
now.
on my own,
Nightingale. Robert Nightingale?
or at least watch my own
Yes,
videos.
You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
We'll look at that in a second. I enjoy going through this again, and now having known all this stuff. Footprints of the killers. Heavy blood spatter on the table.
Boot prints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
We have to talk to Casey. Casey knows him.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something
wonder.
this town wants to forget.
Deerfest. They had Deerfest that year. But I mean, they have Deerfest every year, so.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now?
Victim came from the lake.
Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
I do. Again, I'm still curious about how much is going to change.
Mile High
Again, I don't
Strangler
think like the
case.
main.
Proud of that one.
I don't think like the main plot is necessarily going to change that much, but I do feel like there's going to be little changes here and there. Path tracing really does not like his
My
lamp.
first ever prank on Casey. A true classic.
Yeah, look at this. So we only have pistols right now, but I assume once we get a little further into the game and it opens up, we'll have everything
Casey's favorite
back
brand.
unlocked.
Tastes terrible.
Irish whiskey. Never had Irish whiskey. I've never had regular whiskey. Not really much of a drinker.
Miss you, kiddo. I'll be home soon. If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softy Casey is.
Wait, I forgot to, hold on. Oh, it's not letting me out. No! Okay, it's fine.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake, before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch, it goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Okay. Let's. All right. That was weird. That was.
This mug
Blood.
always cheers me up.
Not the worst, Mom. Little bug. The game updated again today. They update it fairly frequently.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay.
Right.
Well, I'll just
Well,
I'll just wait
okay.
here.
Okay. What else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try this. Let me DLAA. Let me see what we get here, because I feel like it's not really using my graphics card, if I'm being honest. Then I'd use this, and it's like it feels like it's a little choppy. But like it's not really using a lot of my. Like it's not really using a lot of my graphics card, so I don't know what the deal is. I guess we'll go back. It's weird. It's kind of weird. See, now it's not choppy. It's fine. It's fine. This looks
one
good.
of your hunches, Anderson?
Just, you know.
Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out.
Okay.
But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more.
Redwoods get bigger.
It is kind of creepy, though.
See that footprint there?
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales?
But also this.
They come out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
I won't grab it. It's just there.
A page full of text on
I think the
one side.
majority of the changes I expect to see are on the manuscript
Written with a
pages.
typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Mm-hmm. Like a manuscript. Page of a story. The killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading the words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept, even if they knew it would end up hurting them?
Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us.
Alright, let's, do we have all of our pages? No, we did. The pages we're gonna have to re-get, but we will look at it again. Actually, let's read. Victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. Gone missing for 13 years ago. You know what, we'll just...
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. Gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page. The first page that they had found. Not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
I kind of wish I could zoom in on the page a little bit more. Don't think I can. I don't think that we'd be able to see what it says anyway. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Right. Let's put this stuff up. Came from the lake.
He came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
And this.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Alright. Anything else going on around here that I might have missed the first time? Doesn't look like it. I can look at this, and I will.
A witch with no heart.
Barbara?
A strange echo of owl murder.
I'm gonna read this again now with new context. There is no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron shape, and yet there are many mysterious stories about the lake. It being a gloomy doorway to the underworld, or of a witch whose cauldron the lake really was. The legend tells that when the affections of a local sheriff went unanswered, that he accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. She was drowned, but her dropped ladle grew into a strange tree named the Witch's Ladle. The woman returned to avenge her wrongdoers. If he was not a witch before, she was one now. She killed the sheriff, drowning him in the lake. Then she took out his heart and locked it in a box. With the heart, she would summon him from the lake to exact revenge on her behalf. I mean, it sounds truthful enough. You know, it could be true. It could be true, knowing what we know nowadays. After having finished the game. We'll go back, and then we'll get to the point where they're like, okay, well, we're gonna go now. And then I'll come back and explore around.
Hey, you made it back.
Lost token
Good.
first.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
So it worked. And look, you're a VIP, so it worked. So my alterations to my alerts seems to have worked, which is great. I'm always afraid whenever I mess with things with my alerts, it's gonna like break stuff. Am I missing something? You don't want to talk? You don't want to talk? Go. Ah.
Found
That's
all
what
I
it is.
can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
We gonna do it.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Right then.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town
Well,
for another
sure.
week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the Bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Great. Wonderful.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Alright. But instead, we're gonna double check something over here.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation.
The station heads are not currently available. Access is restricted without their permission.
Nice talking to you, too.
Something gonna happen if I do this enough times. I didn't do this the first time. Nah. It just doesn't let me. It just doesn't let me do it anymore. Alright. I was just getting, it's double checking. I already knew this, but the lake house, the events of the lake house, happen after this. They haven't happened yet, or possibly are kind of semi in the midst of happening, perhaps, right now. But the whole place hasn't gone to shit just yet.
A creepy twig sculpture? Wonder what's inside. I should take a look around for a way to open this thing.
Sink, fridge, nap. Let's go. Oh, yeah, flashlight.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
Well, hey there, Saga. How are you doing? Sink is up, down, or I'm sorry, fridge is up, down. Sink is side, up, down. Nap is left, right. Hourglass, Mountain Valley, and left, right. This is no, sorry. This is Mountain Valley because it's sink first, and then the fridge, which is the hourglass, and then this, which is. Oh. Great. Don't take anything if you aren't one of the trees. I don't think Ilmo will mind. I think it'll be fine. Is there anything else in here that I want to take a look at? By the way. Hell yeah, I have 4 slots. Hell yeah, I do. So I don't think it's going to give me all of the other stuff that I have available to me until a little bit further into the game. You know, all my unlocked things. Let this be a warning to you fellow trespassers. They say the lake is a caldera, something formed by an erupting volcano, or the sinkholes it leaves in its wake. But what if that's not true? What if it's something else? Something much less natural, much more man-made, intentional? I say the lake's not formed, it's designed, and it has a purpose. The lake is a hiding place. Beneath the calm surface lies some secret machinery ready to be activated at the press of a button. Hold on. Gotta stretch my mouth. There's gonna be a lot of reading. And the people with that button, they're in the big house by the lake, preparing. I know it. First drawing, water line. Real caldera is made from a volcano. Lava. Second drawing, water line. Engineered structure. Strange machines. I mean, partly right, I guess. I don't think that it's particularly designed. I think it's a natural formation of some kind of confluence of the spheres. Is that wrong game? Different one? But yeah, I think it's like one of those places where like the barrier between worlds is loose. It's thinner. And
Hey,
it's just what it
Casey.
is.
What's the far's favorite shape?
Please, Anderson. Just one case without the
A triangle.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do.
Did you hear that before? I don't remember. I don't think it's new. I just don't remember if we heard it before. We go back to the murder site, but I'm not sure we particularly need to. Look at this manuscript page. Oh my God, Becky, look at that page. I do feel like we missed. I know for a fact we missed some pages the first playthrough, but I don't know if I'll find all of them or not. All the ones I missed. Saga Anderson's Deja Vu, that has to be new. There's no way that's not new. Let's listen to it.
Saga bent down to inspect the body on the table. Somehow it felt familiar. The straps, the heart, the mutilated corpse laying on the rain-soaked wood. Like deja vu. She chased the source of the feeling. Found nothing. None of the victims from her past cases resembled this one. It didn't feel like anything from her past. More like something from a dream. From a life she could barely remember. Maybe one that wasn't even hers. Then the feeling passed. Like a shadow in the trees shifting with the wind. Saga blinked, shook the feeling from her head. She turned her focus back on the work. There was a lot to do. Casey and the deputy were watching her. She had a feeling this would be an exciting case.
There is... I refuse to believe that was in the first playthrough. I refuse. That has to be a New Game Plus thing. Let's continue on down this road and see how far we can get. See if there's anything else. I'm glad that stuff is appearing on the map at least a little bit. We will be checking it. Alright, so no, I definitely can't go any further than that, but we'll go up to the witch's house as well. First thing we're gonna put on is Mayor Setter's charm as soon as we get to it, so we can be doubly sure that we're not missing a single thing. The witch's hut. Here live the witch of the lake. Beware, her spirit may still haunt this place. That's a reference. That's a reference to the song. The wording of it was a reference to Poet in the Muse, I think. It's not open yet. It's fine. Nothing back here. It's weird that we can go all the way back here. There's like nothing here. Boxes, crap, junk, litter, litter, litter. Friday! Midge told me today that her family's moving away. This sucks. I haven't even told her that I like her yet. What's the point anymore? She said her parents want to get better jobs and get her to a better school in the big city. I guess that's fair. What was it saying? Bright fucking Falls. Sunday. So I told her. She said, thanks. Fucking kill me. Monday. I snuck out last night again. Went to the big house by the lake instead of just watching it from here like I always do. Instead of just sitting around like I always do. Screw that. Anyway, something weird's going on down there. I'm going to go find out what. I'm going to go back there tomorrow with better gear. I bet I can find somebody inside the building. Take some photos. It's going to be epic. What big house by the lake do they mean? Do they mean the lake house? Is it still here? Because we haven't actually seen it.
Remember Ohio?
Sure.
I remember Ohio.
The North Side Slasher.
I live here.
But that case was completely different.
The trees, Anderson. He hid the bodies in the forest.
I know. I saw the lunchbox over there. I'm just looking over here. This is one of the lunch boxes.
Is that a kid's lunchbox?
Alex, I wouldn't call a lunchbox devoted to Alex Casey a kid's lunchbox.
An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
I know things get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever feeling scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us. Praise Alan. Praise him. Praise be his noodly appendages. I'm mixing deities here. Do you think Sam Lake plays Alan Wake in the movies that are mentioned? Is he an actor in this world? I mean, we saw him playing himself as an actor in The Dark Place, and we also saw Sam Lake in a movie in Nightless Night. Like, you know, he was acting in that. He was an actor. I know there's a box there. I'm not gonna bother opening it right now. Probably need this stuff later. So, you know, save it. I mean, Ati was in that movie too. Bill and Ted might be here. I wonder what they have to say about this. Is it gonna let me go this way? Forget.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
You might be surprised. I'm pretty sure we already know the deputies are part of the cult. The not a real cult.
A lunchbox again. Who's leaving these out here?
Rose. My dad used to say, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. I'm not sure where the tough get going to, but maybe you'll find it inspiring. You can see the tree from here. Waterfalls. This powerful feat of nature will revive the spirit as it does the surrounding nature. The churning, grinding waters at the bottom of the falls resemble a mortar and pestle, quite like the one the Witch of Cauldron Lake is fabled to have used to travel through the night sky. Not sure how that works. They're pretty small, are they not? Mortar and pestle, like generally, they're not too big. Okay, that way it just goes back up. We're not going to worry about that. We will go here, because we know that there's a lunchbox there. We'll get it early on this time. And then I think that's it for this place for now. Can you imagine someone writing a mortar and pestle? Like, you know, actually somehow having it support them. Maybe it's like one per foot. Maybe the mortar on her foot, under her foot, and the pestle under the other foot, and she rides it like roller skates. Maybe that's it. Just go left up here. Like those things from from Highlander 2. Who wants to think about Highlander 2? Who here wants to remember?
This entire area is inside a caldera.
Highlander 2.
This whole mountain used to be an active volcano. Imagine the force it took to carve this crater out of the earth. Calderas are pretty rare, so be sure to take it in.
So, essentially, we're standing in the gaping maw of hell.
You got it. I used to love geology when I was in school. I helped Logan build a great baking soda volcano for her science fair.
Cheating on a science fair? That's almost a crime, Anderson.
I'm not gonna say no to quality time with a volcano. I mean, my daughter. They left a lot of garbage. Not the fastidious type.
I feel like I never went in here the first time. I went in here like later on in the game, but like the very first time we were here, I feel like I should have gone in here and I didn't. Nobody wants to remember Highlander 2. Highlander 2 absolutely terrible. Highlander 2 is the one where it takes place in like the future. It takes place in like a future like semi kind of cyberpunk dystopia. And it turns out all of the immortals are aliens who get like sent there. I think they're like alien like prisoners who get sent there as like it's like Earth is immortal Australia, like a penal colony, something like that. It was weird. It was very weird. Monday 9/3. Some suspicious activity spotted. The fielder thought he saw movement in the bushes. Footprints around the area were found, but some were compromised by the fielder. Note to self, train the fielder. Tuesday 9/4. Nothing to report. Some animals, regular. 9/5. Hunters out after dark. Poachers heard some gunshots. Not one of ours. Gotta keep an eye on these people. They could get more than they bargained for out there. So we know that the game takes place in, what, mid to late September, I believe? So this is just a few days kind of previous. I don't think there's anything else to do here. We're going to go up this way and get our lunchbox. Get it now. I guess if we're gonna get more more manuscript pages, we'll be able to upgrade all of the weapons, right? Like fully. Because I assume they're gonna already have their upgrades
There's
on.
another lunchbox.
Remember, it's just a bad day. It's not a bad life. But if you're having a good day, ignore this whole thing. Are they only giving me one each? They're only giving me one each. Man. Alright, well. Casey lunchboxes. Let's put this stuff up.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
Alright. Nope. All of these are here. I did find stashes as well, but it doesn't look like I'm keeping a file on those right now, so to do it later. Am I done here? Is there anything else going on? There's a locked door. We'll get through there eventually, as the story permits. Did I go down here? I don't think that I did. I'll go check. Oops. Can't do a shortcut here. So, all of this stuff, I guess, stopped being used 13 years ago, I assume? Because they shut it all down because of what happened. FBC shut it all down. Alright, is there anything to look at around here? I think there's a lunchbox around here somewhere. But yeah, that was Highlander 2. I would not recommend watching it. There is a lunchbox around here somewhere. I would recommend watching the Highlander TV series, because you know what? That was actually, like, pretty good. Like, I really enjoyed the Highlander TV series. It was good. UFOs and you! Writing this down in case it happens again and I forget. I get that feeling again. It hit me suddenly at 1:15 after I'd finished my AMA on the porch of the trailer. I got in the car and drove, chasing it. Starry night, not much moon. As I expected, it led me past Bright Falls to Cauldron Lake. I tried to find the right spot, the right emotion, the right thought. The combination to have it all align to make it happen. Terrified it would. It didn't, not this time. Frustrated but relieved. I scanned the sky for the shapes, the objects. Nothing. But when I blinked repeatedly, I think I saw the afterimage of an octahedron. It faded fast. When I got ready to drive back, I felt someone watching me. Here, but not here. Tim. I know it is. Does he know I'm getting close? I'm on the right track. I was right to come to Bright Falls. So here's another thing that I'm just now realizing, just this very second. This is Tim. This is Timothy wrote this. This is from Tim. This is a note from Tim, not a note, whatever diary he was writing. This is Tim, because we know that he has books like these, UFOs and You. We know that he uses these. We know that he's looking for these shapes. We know he's involved in that. Him. It's him, I know it. Obviously, that's Mr. Dorr. That's a Tim memo. The Timothy memo. I got 3 this time. Hey, like the knitting hero? I had it made just for you. Thanks, Rose. Alright, I think that we're done. Because this is just the trailer. Is Tim in the cult? Is Timothy in the cult? Was that ever established?
Logan's birthday is coming up. I need toy ideas.
Toys. She's 14, Casey.
Okay, so what do I get her?
Get her a book. Something weird and dark. Maybe that'll get her back into reading.
Mostly I'm wondering about that because we know that the two sheriffs are in the cult. Of course, Ilmo and Jakob are in the cult. A lot of people around here are in the cult, and Timothy seems like he might be someone who, even if he's not in the cult, he probably knows about them. I mean, there's no way he doesn't know about them, and it would be a case of like he knows about them and he finds what they're doing perfectly acceptable because I mean they are, they are protecting the town. I think he could be a part of the cult. Of course, it doesn't matter because he was taken so early in the game. He's gone. He's gone for like 99% of the game.
In one piece, Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
I found a lot of lunch boxes. None of them had food or coffee in them though, so sorry. That's the way it is. We'll go to the diner though. Double checking really quick. Don't see anything else. Alright. Casey! Wait! Wait! This place. Can't get into just yet, but... There's another lunchbox. I remember this one. I don't remember what it says. I just remember that this one here.
Boxes.
2. We're all in this together, hero. Have a heroic day. Thanks, Rose. Casey, you're not gonna walk as fast as me. Then at least walk to the side.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Do we know why they had the tripod? Were they just recording it for evidence? Is that what it was? Let's look around here real quick.
I'll be back in a
Pages.
second.
Roger.
The rarest wildlife in the Pacific Northwest. I finally made my way to Cauldron Lake. The fence is easy to climb over. The proper gear and skills, which I thankfully possess. Next goal, spotting the rare and elusive orange-crowned warbler. A little late in the season, but hopefully I can catch it before it begins its journey south. I've noticed intriguing behavior in the surrounding common bird life. They seem to be alarmed and swarm around the lake. No birds of prey nearby. There are some strange sounds carried on the wind, however. Nothing I can recognize or explain. Getting a little concerned. I might have to find another spot somewhere safer. Sounds are getting closer. Moved inland. Foliage is stunning. Let's come back in the fall. Had to stop and sketch this gorgeous vine maple just at the way the Methuselah's beard hangs off it. This is why trees are better than people. Speaking of people, saw some drunk guy staggering around the forest earlier, acting weird. Maybe drugs? Get my distance. Should probably find another spot. So annoying. After I saw that weirdo guy, I decided to change spots again, moved up the mountain a bit. Found a fantastic overlook to camp at, but I'm more interested in this Alaska onion grass. Invasive but edible and surprisingly tasty. Started hearing wolves or wild dogs or something like 10 minutes ago, but they sound wrong. Rabies? I want to leave, but the sun is going down and my stupid phone is dead. I'm gonna hide in the tent and hope they go away. Something's really not right about this place. Who is this? Do we know this person? Do we know the person who wrote these? Or is this just random, you know, civvy? Sorry, Casey, I'm looking for more lunchboxes. I want to say there's like at least one more around here somewhere. Oh, there was like something up here. I missed it.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Nope, can't really go up here. Alright. I keep on thinking we're gonna, at least one of these might be a, maybe a message from the painter, because I feel like that could be like a legit,
Here we are.
you know, thing.
Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I'll look around. See you in a bit.
Take your time.
But I think they've had the painter for longer than this. I think, you know, they've already had the painter. It would be weird to find a note from the painter after, you know, that long. So I'm sure they've had him for months, if not, you know, a couple of years.
I want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
Nothing out here I can see. Alright. Back we go. Let's go. Let's get out of here. If there was something here, it'd be on our map. And plus, we'll get the special thingy soon. The lets us see stuff around.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
All right.
The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Well, go get some then. I'll be with you in a little bit. We're gonna hear Pat Main.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
This is the best one though. The best one is the first Tapio return. I mean, it's funny as a running joke, but.
Radio Hour, brought to you by Davis Family Moose Jerky. And boy, what an eventful day here in Bright Falls. By now, we've all seen the FBI setting up shop in town, and I'm sure you're all asking the same question I am. Did they bring all this darn rain with them? Deerfest is right around the corner, and we're all crossing our fingers for sunshine. So, I reached out to our top meteorologist for a weather update. She never responded. But I have her Uncle Tapio on the line from Watery. Tapio, are you there?
Yes?
Great.
Do we ever meet Tapio?
What kind of
We ever
weather
see
can
him
we
somewhere?
expect today?
Rain.
That definitely seems to be on the menu. How about over the next week?
Also rain.
Right. Care to elaborate? Any chance the sun will poke out in time for Deerfest?
Sir, how you doing?
Well, Deerfest is coming, rain or shine. And that parade lineup is looking dandy as ever.
Yes, I like this parade because they're one float in the shape of a swan. Long neck and everything. A very large swan.
Ah, so you're a fan of swans.
No.
Right, well, that's our time. We'll be right back after this next song by the rock
Right.
and roll sensation, National Nightmare.
All right. Thanks, Tapio. We can get another cult stash over here, which I suppose we shall. Here, I remember where it is. I remember where it is. That's it. Oh, can I not? Can I just use my mouse? There we go. Fear the dark, fear the woods, fear the old blood. I do wonder if it'll be a case of like it won't give us the bolt cutters. Like that stuff is probably story locked. Because if we had the bolt cutters, we could just go here like immediately, and I don't think they're gonna let us do that. I kind of assume that we're not gonna get. What I assume about this is that we're gonna get all of our stuff back as soon as we hit that point where we can start switching between Alan and Saga.
So sleepy. Just a few more
You okay?
days.
Okay. Deerfest will be here, and then it'll be over. And then you won't have to deal with any more customers for another year. It seems like it's that kind of town. I assume we can't go in here right now.
I can't get through this.
Yeah, no. I don't think so. That's the Booker's room, I believe. And this is either mine or Casey's room. It's dark in here. Regarding Cauldron Lake, look into news and rumors. Focus on 2010. Cross-reference with old case files from New York City cult. Similarities, commonalities, and methodology. Part of series. Find out name of a good coffee from diner. I kind of assume this is Casey's room. One is mine and one is Casey's, right? North American folklore. Something about the water. Anything else here? What did I say? Can't read it. Too small. Could just like turn on the light. That would be real convenient. All right, let's use this. Oh, hi.
Hi there.
Hey, how you doing? Having a good day? Playing some Death Rally? Which, by the way, as I recall, it was like Remedy's first game, Death Rally. All right, I'll leave you to it. Have a nice day. Wait, can I go back here right now?
It's not opening.
Interesting, interesting.
Take care now.
I'm not leaving just yet, but thanks. Hey, man. Looking good. Keep going.
Good day.
Thanks, man. You too. Doing like a breakfast burrito? What time is it? I don't even know what time it is.
Rest easy, buddy.
I'm not going to remember where all of those are, by the way. I might have to look up a guide about it. Can I look at any of this stuff? No, not really. Where is the house, by the way? Oh. You know, I don't think that I ever realized that. Gas station. I remember the gas station from the first game. I don't think I ever realized that Cauldron Lake is actually just there and that Bright Falls itself isn't actually on Cauldron Lake. I thought it was all the same body of water. Do I remember the motel? Did we go to the motel in the first game? Like, I remember some of these places. I think I remember the gas station for sure. I think I remember the radio station. We were just at the campgrounds. That's like where we were just now. I don't remember all of the places that we went to in the first game. But I think some of those are it. I guess I just never really looked at a map of this place before. I find it interesting right now that there is a trailer park listed over here, south of Bright Falls. And so you think, oh, they listed the trailer parks. But we know for a fact that there is meant to be a trailer park over here by Watery. And it's not listed. And that's the one that Saga supposedly lived at. I find that to be interesting. I wonder if that was intentional.
I can't force it open.
Not yet. All right. All right. Enough dicking around. I know I said I was going to try to like rush my way through this, but I'm having I'm having too much fun recontextualizing things, you know? Yeah, they rebuilt the lodge because I remember this is the lodge. This is the same lodge from the first game. It's just that it was a different place in the first game. Casey.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Hey.
Thanks, Casey. Hi.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie? Don't know, don't care.
All right. Obviously we're going there. We can't really go to these places right now.
Bittersweet nectar. Get it in Coffee World. Get it where you can. Get it now.
And we can't go here because we don't have the
I need bolt cutters.
Like how her first instinct is that she needs bolt cutters, not just she needs to ask someone
but I am pretty darn
to
sure
open it up for her.
I mean, our float will be the belle of the ball at this year's Deer Fest.
Belle of the ball.
4 days.
It's a nice looking float.
Dear.
This is my first Deer Fest, so I don't know what to expect, really. It is the finest entertainment a town like ours has to offer.
81st.
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here.
Hey, Timothy, how you
Some
doing?
coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
they made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through
You boys have fun out here.
you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known victims go missing?
Sure. But it's slowed down ever since Cauldron Lake was fenced off.
Let me guess. Missing person cases spiked around 2010. The fence was built just after.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Can't believe that happened.
Come on, Ed. Have some pie. It'll take your mind off things.
Round first. Jukebox is out of order. Don't play coconut.
This is exactly why I hate small towns.
Keep it down, Ed. You know how touchy these rural types can be.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting.
I mean,
we ran into these psychos
Norman.
in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found it. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
Can I just leave it at that? I don't think that I can. I think it really wants me to do this, but I'm curious. I'm not curious enough to do it though. Lunchbox. Oops. Lunchbox. Another one. We got more lunchboxes this first time. That's because I remember where the ones that we didn't find are. I don't remember where all of them are, but like, you know. I remember where some of them are.
We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
Alright, cases. Let's get cult stashes first. Let's put this up.
These
we have
stashes could contain
two
clues
now, I
about the
believe.
cult. Better keep an eye out for more.
One in Cauldron Lake. And one in Bright Falls. Okay. And then the
I need
cult.
to know more about the cult of the tree if I'm going to shut them down.
I might already have a couple things, you know. I don't know why I'm down here, by the way, but it's fine. I dropped something. What does this say? What kind of cult? No, this, I guess. Psychology. Cult symbols. Digging around. All right, let's go here.
The cult of the tree. What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth.
Right.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence.
I'm the seer.
You need to hand it over.
That's how.
Told you not to keep that thing, Tammy.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing Deerfest.
Oh, God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
I'm attempting to cogitate something, and it's not quite coming out yet.
So Rose, help me out. How do you think we know each other?
We all know each other around here. It's been a while, but I never forget a face. Or a coffee order.
Guess I just have one of those faces. Seen anything out of the ordinary in town lately? Suspicious people in deer masks?
No one's suspicious. But soon enough, there'll be lots of happy people wearing deer masks for Deerfest. Practically everyone will be wearing one.
Good to know.
This is our first... Hi. Our first, oh.
A cult murdering a man is pretty extreme. Why didn't you tell the police what you saw?
We did. We told those 2 idiot deputies. They didn't listen. And they wanted to throw Ed and I in jail for that murder. You know, Bright Falls is just Alabama with bigger trees.
This is my case now, and no one is throwing you in jail. If you need anything else, just come to me.
Got it. Thank you, Saga.
Hi. Everybody's saying hi. This is our first kind of run-in with the changed story.
This is a part of the job. Can't dwell on it too much.
And it came from Rose. And I was trying to think if there is a particular reason for that.
I feel bad for these guys.
Like I was rolling it over in my mind, trying to come up with a reason why it was Rose. who was the first to kind of bring it up.
I can't get through this.
Not really coming up with anything, unfortunately. Nothing concrete, at the very least. I guess if I had to,
We're all good, Ed. You can eat.
if I had to guess, it could simply be that she is a little close to the story. You know what I mean? Because of her obsession with Alan Wake and her potential insanity by thinking that Alan is talking to her when it seems like maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But maybe that's why she was the first to be kind of affected by this stuff.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go. Well, Casey, I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
A murder cult. Fuck.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
The not cult.
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
Hey, boss.
I think he could be. I'm not entirely sure that it matters
in the morgue, all
in the
prepped.
end.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Young to be a sheriff.
Well,
But yeah,
this is
how
the
old is
Bright
Sean
Falls
Ashmore?
Sheriff's
He has one of those faces,
Anything you need,
doesn't he?
just,
He has like a young
let us know.
face.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
Hey.
How old is Sean Ashmore? Lost Shook. Look it up.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week, but you can handle this, right?
I bet he's
I'm
like
qualified
at
to
least late
perform
30s.
examinations. Yes.
Mid 30s. Mid 30s.
Something about morgues. They
Only
always
45.
cheer me up.
Well, that means he was.
I feel the same.
I mean, he's 44 during this game because this game was only last year, so older than I thought. Well, that's the thing is that like he has a young looking face. He looks young. He looks good.
Okay.
I like Sean Ashmore.
Let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination.
All right.
What was the cause of death? What other clues can the body give me? There's writing on here.
Writing on the heart.
Can't make it out.
Writing? How'd they manage that?
The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. This looks like text. A tattoo.
Yeah, Elijah Wood is also
Nightingale didn't strike
young.
me as
How
a
old is
tattoo guy.
How old is Daniel Radcliffe? Lost
Uh-huh.
Joke.
They did leave something inside.
I think
his
he's another
chest.
one who looks fairly young.
Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
Actually, for that matter, how old is Elijah Wood? I feel like Elijah Wood is in his 40s as well.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us.
We got all this stuff.
Text is smudged. Looks inverted. Heart can't have been. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there?
Radcliffe is 35. So Daniel Radcliffe is as old as I thought Sean Ashmore was. This is it. This is the cutscene. This is when everything happens.
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait!
Sheriff?
What the hell? Show me the clicker.
Casey!
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
I'll make you pay.
Hard to believe Elijah Wood is older than I am.
He's coming.
So here's where I got stuck the first time I played this because I was dumb.
page
I was,
said
to
get
be
into the
fair,
light.
I was being a bit dumb. Now that I know how it works.
He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
Yeah, I know. Show me the money! Easy. It's easier with mouse and keyboard. So apparently I could, in fact, listen to these songs. But, I don't know that we need to right now. I think that we're okay. I do recommend listening to them, though. They're pretty good songs. They're all written by Sam Lake, by the way. All of these songs that sound like they're just like they grabbed them from licensed songs. They're not licensed songs. They are made by various artists, but they're all written by Sam Lake. Every single one of them. I don't know if he like literally wrote the lyrics. If I had to, he might have. I don't know. Maybe he did. But when I was looking at the credits, the credits for these songs, they had like there were a few people who were listed in the writing credits. So I kind of assume it was a case of like Sam Lake had certain things that he wanted the song to include, and that he worked with the artists to make a song that included those things. That's kind of how I assumed that it worked. Even like certain phrases, certain words. This feels like it's a Saga theme song, kind of. So, when I finished playing this game last week, I did what I usually do when I enjoy games music, because I went and grabbed the soundtrack. There are 2 soundtracks to this game. Sort of 3. One of the soundtracks is like the score, and then a couple of the songs like Adi's Nightless Night song, and the Dark Place ending songs that were done by Poe, the loop song.
He didn't have a heart.
Those were on there, and then the end credits song.
The page
was on
predicted
there.
all of it.
One of
It
the end
helped me
credits
fight
songs.
him.
He just disappeared?
There are a couple of them.
What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're going to do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this.
But then the second soundtrack were all of the chapter end songs, like that song was like the first song on there, and all of the rest of those, including the Night Spring song, which I enjoy. And then the third, I guess you could kind of call it a third soundtrack. It was another album that came out. It was the Old Gods Greatest Hits, and it had their songs from Alan Wake 1 and Control and Alan Wake 2, and they had a song on there. It was the last track, called "The Sea of Night." And as I was listening to it, I was thinking, man, what a banger! But also, I don't remember hearing this anywhere. I looked up some information about it. It was not used, apparently. The Sea of Night was not used in any game so far. Maybe it'll be used in the future. But I read that Sam Lake said that you do see references to that song in this game, which I think we'll see more of when we get to the old folks' home later on. And that if you listen to the lyrics, you'll hear maybe some clues about the direction that the next game might be going in. I recommend, by the way, if you like the Old Gods, they have an official a lyric video on YouTube. Go listen to it. It's called "The Sea of Night." It's good. It's a good song. Anyway.
Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery.
That's also how I figured out that. Well, I did figure. I saw that all these songs were written by Sam Lake. All the chapter end songs.
There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Other way around.
Looks
Other
to
way
me
around.
like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Other way around.
Maybe.
We know this now, though.
We need to start with learning this cult's goal. Their purpose.
I guess where I was going with my whole spiel about the
pages on the floor.
soundtracks is that song that we just listened to kind of
These
sounds like a
pages are
Saga
important. Breaker
theme.
dropped one before he
Sea of Night.
disappeared.
Honestly, it's kind of like an Old Gods. It struck me as being basically theme song for the Old Gods.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
I don't think that this is new, but we'll.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. He was there too. Nightingale was, but wasn't a taken, a creature of darkness. He was beyond her reach, where some other strange reality, the dark place, merged with ours. This place and the dark place, a tarp thrown over top, drowning everything beneath it, a flood of darkness, soaking into everything, spoiling it, rotting it. The page called this area an overlap. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult, required precise steps, a ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster before he killed again. Her job, he'd be inside, waiting for her.
Interesting that the entire second half of this has been scratched out and handwritten. Go get some loot.
The heart is gone too. Did the fucker take it with him?
Kinda. Don't think so though. I think either Thorne or Mulligan took the heart. I think we're good. All right. I'm leaving. I think I died.
It doesn't budge.
That lady died. Do I need to do something else? I thought that I had talked to him. I thought I would talk to him and it would be like, yeah, you have to go, or we have to go do something. And he's like, okay, let's go do something. And then you go. Am I wrong about that? I'm not getting any.
Must be locked from the other side.
Anything else that I'm missing here? I feel like I am. Casey, we need to go. Nope. Jesse, we have to cook. I can't go anywhere. I must be missing something. I must did the game not count that I looked at this?
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. He was there too. Nightingale was, but wasn't a taken, a creature of darkness. He was beyond her reach, where some other strange reality, the dark place, merged with ours. This place and the dark place, a tarp thrown over top, drowning everything.
Let's do it again just to see if the
a
game like
flood of darkness
didn't
soaking into everything,
recognize that we
spoiling it,
looked at it
rotting
already.
it. The page called this area an overlap. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult, required precise steps, a ritual. Saga would learn how.
It's also possible I need to do something
Stop
on
the
the wall.
monster before he killed again. Her job. He'd be inside, waiting for her.
Okay. Might have to do something. Yeah.
A dead man turned into a monster.
It didn't say I had anything new, so I just kind of
as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future.
check.
There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
Oh. Here. And here. Cases? Alex cases? Writing? Writing part of the ritual? Became a monster. I think it was the only victim to become a monster.
Nah.
Where? Ah. Alright.
The
There we go.
page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
Alright. We are leaving.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay?
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
Thank you. Thank you, cult members. Get some loot here real quick.
Crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing. How could he do anything? He's dead.
Yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real, and what do you mean the sheriff disappeared? Like poof? He's gone like magic? Magic's not real. Magic's not real. Right, Mulligan?
No, Thornton. Monsters aren't real, and magic's definitely not real.
I knew that.
Let's go. Magic is real if you write about it enough. I'm not gonna grab the loot from there for now. We'll wait. Don't really need it right now.
They're a fine pair.
Same with all this stuff. I know that there's a lot of loot around here. I'm not going to grab it unless there's a... I need a map. Here's a map.
My client has been held here long enough.
Nothing up here. So I know that there's loot in here. We'll you know what? I'll go in. I'll explore. I won't grab the loot yet though. Oh yeah, there's a commercial. Commercial in here. Commercial.
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods.
We're absolutely
If
gonna
only had
watch
a
these
tour
again.
Guide also. It's bear season. Oh no, a bear. Help. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh, wow. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine. And I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Jaakko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why, at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government. We have bolt cutters. Oh, wow. You think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere. Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park.
I'm never gonna get tired of these commercials.
Fishing in the crystal clear waters
Never.
of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak. The tour of a lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
Never in my life will I ever get tired of those commercials. Deputy.
How many times do we have to do this, Walter?
I want out.
Huh?
Something bad's
I'm at
going
my wit's
down.
end with you.
I can feel it. Let me out.
Walt Disney in there.
Do you think I like throwing you in jail every other day? No.
Who's this?
I don't. Do you have any idea how much paperwork you're causing me? What's a lot?
Main character from Watch Dogs.
You can sit here and stew for a while. Think about your life choices, buddy. Is it really worth this?
Alright, we can't go in here. Sheriff
It
Breaker's
won't
office.
open.
We can't go in here because we're not allowed to have the shotgun that's in there. Alright, Casey, we're leaving.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead.
I still don't know what the hell is going on with this person. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you? Like, you're looking at that guy, but, like, why? Who are you? For what reason?
Merced won't roll over on the issues. I'm gonna take a quick look around. Meet you back at the car.
See you in a bit.
Welcome back, and boy, do we have some breaking news that's sure to knock your socks off.
I also quite like Pat Maine, though,
Davis
as well.
Family Beef Jerky will now be available at the Sunday market in 3 delicious flavors. That's right, our favorite sponsor, Davis Family Beef Jerky, can now be enjoyed in smoked hickory, teriyaki, and hickory teriyaki. I handed out samples here at the Valhalla Nursing Home and thought I'd catch up with one of our residents to get her thoughts. Donna, how are you?
I've got chronic back pain from my spinal stenosis.
Oh dear. You know,
He
when I'm feeling
sounds
stiff, I find a light snack helps.
more,
Beef jerky?
No, lunch is at 11.
off his rocker a little bit.
Because today was the fish
Now that we know.
You're allowed up to 4
Now that we
crackers.
realized.
I only take 1 unless I have a glass of cranberry juice. They ran out of cranberry juice at breakfast, which is at 7. I didn't take the oatmeal today because it makes me gassy before cribbage, and I can't.
So you didn't try the jerky. Got it. Well, that's too bad, Donna.
At the start, when he was talking about the jerky, there was just like,
They had
there was a little bit of
rice on Friday's dinner menu. Dinner's at 5, But we all know the
of a
salmon takes
weirdness
longer to prepare, and then you're late
to his
for
words,
bingo. And who
to his
needs all
tone.
that spice?
I agree. Teriyaki is a shit flavor.
Who? Is that Tapio? How are you on the line?
I couldn't end the call.
You've been on the phone this entire time?
Yes, and I hate teriyaki.
Well, it's delicious on jerky.
I could go for some teriyaki jerky right now.
Big thank you to Wendy Davis for these samples.
Wendy? No, that can't be right. Wendy went missing in 2010. I heard she's dead.
No, I'm referring to Wendy Davis from our sponsor, Davis Family Beef Jerky.
Wendy Davis. That's the dead one.
Do we ever meet Tapio?
Right. Well,
He's in
that's
Watery.
our time. Remember to keep your coffee warm and your chin up because that sunshine's right around the corner. Pat Maine, signing off.
Here, I wanna listen to just the first part of that. Just the when he introduces the jerky and he kind of talks about it a little bit. Listen to like what he sounds like.
Welcome back, and boy, do we have some breaking news that's sure to knock your socks off. Davis Family Beef Jerky will now be available at the Sunday market in 3 delicious flavors. That's right, our favorite sponsor, Davis Family Beef Jerky, can now be enjoyed in smoked hickory, teriyaki, and hickory teriyaki. I handed out samples here at the Valhalla.
Doesn't he sound like weird when he says that?
Catch up with one of our.
Doesn't he sound kind of weird when he says that? It's like he's having some kind of like manic episode when he says that. Davis Family Beef Jerky. We can go to the park and get another lunchbox, which we'll do.
Hello.
And then we'll go.
How are you?
I don't know if there's anything else going on here that we can look at. We can't get in there. In here. Just yet. I don't remember if there's anything back here. Well, we can look, I guess. Yeah, he probably does want some beef jerky, but I don't think that's really... I don't know, it could just be the way he read the line, you know.
How are you?
But... something about it just strikes me. Now that you know, having the hindsight available to us. Try not to scare the birds away. Like I did that first time. Well, we know that there's a lunchbox over here.
Another Alex Casey lunchbox?
5. You wouldn't believe how hard it was to track down these lunchboxes. Thank goodness for the internet.
It's so quiet here now that Hubert and Hester flew over the Rainbow Bridge. Do you fellas ever miss them? Do you miss your parents? I know I do.
What's going on over there? So the symbols are here already. Makes sense. I know there's a box right here. It's the one that's in that area. We can't get to it right now. I was kind of curious as to whether the symbols were already painted on here or not. Can't, can't like, can't see. I can't see over there. All right, listen. We're gonna leave. We're gonna leave those crows be. Can't see anything because it's all fenced up. Even if I could get over there, and I don't think I can get over there necessarily. It's gonna turn me around. Yep.
I need to go back. Got a case to solve.
I want to see what the noise is. Setter is better.
Setter is better.
Also, they have cookies. Cookies, they have, I assume that's coffee? Everyone here drinks coffee. I'm not really a big coffee person, but, you know, it's fine. Drink what you want to drink. Alright,
I'll
stopping
be back
you.
in a second.
Roger.
No, we're leaving, I think. We're just gonna go back to the lake.
Did you check out the town, Anderson?
Just getting my bearings. Ready to go?
Waiting on you.
Got another lunchbox. Listen to Tapio. The Pat and Tapio hour.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Ha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
So here's another thing. There's so many like conspiracy theories and just
The page says
general
Nightingale's in
theories.
something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
So this is the first time that Casey
Let's start looking
mentions
for Nightingale
the
where he was
cult
killed.
in New York. Cult of the Word, I'm going to assume. I think it's a safe assumption. Here's the question. Here's the rub, and why I keep on like kind of hesitating to say what's on my mind. I really shouldn't. I should just say it. Is he being affected by the story right now? Was there a cult in New York? I think the answer might be yes. We never saw this.
Great. This area is supposed to be closed to the public.
But if the cult of the word is real, then does that mean that what Alan is writing in The Dark Place is continuing to have an effect on the world. But New York is like on the other side of the country. Like we're in Washington right now, Washington State, not Washington D.C. We're, you know, thousands of miles away from New York. And I know that it was mentioned that the AWE kind of affects. They don't affect like the whole world necessarily. They have a localized area of effect. And I know that we've seen versions of the Cult of the Word stuff in The Dark Place, but again, those are like kind of the fictionalized versions, right? In those, that's where Alex Casey is a PI, not an FBI agent, and we see characters, familiar faces like the playwright, and Ilmo is there, and Thornton Mulligan are there, and they get killed. And stuff like that. I don't know. It's just I'm trying to piece it all together. I'm trying my damnedest to piece it all together.
The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules.
Or is it a case of
need
it
to
being a loop,
understand this
or
strange
rather,
logic.
you know, a spiral?
To see the clues. To solve the case.
We know in The Dark Place the whole cult thing was meant to, as they say, this is the ritual to lead you on. It was meant to drive Alan to a particular place, a particular mindset.
I've been thinking more about the cult of the
Is
tree.
it real or not? I guess is my
What
question.
sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricted area signs don't do a damn thing, huh?
Hello. Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes,
So
Stephen
he hasn't been
here hired
affected
me to
yet
show
because he
him through
doesn't
the woods.
know who we are. Maybe we
He's
just
in
haven't
town
been
on
written in
important government
that much
business, fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park. There's sauna ja vihta. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels. No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous sweater, Saga.
Thanks.
Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Ulla, Karjalan piirakka.
Close. My mom's family is from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater is just something to remember her by. Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can gnaw right through a garbage can.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. The
I need to head out.
raccoons, sure. Yeah, clear signs of tampering. Raccoons, my ass. All right.
Let's get to the murder site, Casey. A lot of things about this case keep bothering me. But one thing feels really off. Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those pages. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve.
We kind of know, I think, that it was a case of he didn't want him to give that page to Saga. I keep on also thinking about the Night Springs, you know, the Sean Ashmore Night Springs
drowning
episode, but
I never minded rain. Feels like home.
like again,
No
it's
sign of Nightingale.
I don't know how
But the
canon
page
that is, you
did
know what I
place him
mean?
at Cauldron Lake,
I think it's probably one
in
of
an
those things where
overlap.
it's semi-canon,
So how do we
or
follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
or it's one of those things like with Yoko Taro, where everything, literally everything is canon because of alternate dimensions and stuff like that. It's all canon. Even the fan fiction is canon.
Monsters? Overlaps? Rituals? What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around, learn what this ritual is. After we find Nightingale, what then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else. We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Good eye. Good eye, mate. Good eye. There's that. Let's see if there's anything else over here before I look at that. Don't think so, though.
Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see
Those
where
aren't
these
bare
footprints
feet.
lead. Can you comb through the crime
Bears have
scene one
claws,
more time,
Saga.
Casey? Just in case?
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio you.
Alright, we still don't have access to our stuff yet. That's fine. You know. Like I said, I expect us to get access to it as soon as we get to the point where we can switch between Alan and Saga. This way.
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd he go from here? I can feel something. A presence.
Presence I've not felt
Nightingale
since...
isn't far. I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake.
The tree was a threshold. This place and the dark place. You're in over your head. next stop. Caldera Street Station.
The threshold. Like a doorway. Leading to Nightingale. It's somehow connected to a tree. Witch's ladle?
Let's go put some stuff up on the case board. Okay. And we've got a lunchbox. And Bright Falls. Wait. Am I going in? I'm going in! You know what? Let's do this. Quick slot this on 4. Quick slot this. Quick slot that on 4, and then we'll slot this on double 4. Okay. Nice. What we should also do is slot this on the 1. Look at my so I do indeed already have the upgrade for my pistol, because look, it already has the extended mag. That's what I thought, but you know, it's nice to see it.
What is that? Seems like it's reacting to the light. These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it.
Can I... Nope, can't do it yet. I can't, oh, there we go. I got it. Wasn't letting me do it before.
My flashlight burned the dark stuff away. It was covering another page.
The fuse was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap.
The fuse was in place.
Again, I think
found it
we've already
among the
seen this
junk
one
in the
before,
forest.
but, you know.
Saga stepped inside the witch's hut. Something rushed through her. A presence. Familiar. She couldn't quite place it. Something long forgotten. She tried to hold on to it, but it was already gone. Inside, a bright light. Saga felt safe. Like nothing could hurt her here. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them, pulled them from the darkness. A shift in reality, heavy with hidden meanings. A coffee thermos, a shoebox, a mop and a bucket, a poster on the wall, and in the cabinet, another manuscript page.
A poster on the wall. I remember not seeing that in the witch's hut. I remember not seeing the poster on the wall. Of course, we know the mop and bucket, we know the shoebox, we know the thermos, that's the save. I don't remember seeing a poster. Is there going to be a poster there now? It's going to be one of the changes. Be kind of cool. Kind of cool, not going to lie.
Anderson, thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. I found another page. Following up on a lead. Keep checking in.
Roger.
I know where you have the fuse. I'm just,
The page described the hut being lit. And mentioned a fuse. The fuse box is missing a fuse. I need to find one to turn on the lights.
One back here.
This fuse is busted. This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though.
Again, I wouldn't necessarily call this area litter. All of this stuff definitely litter. But like this has, you know, this is under a shelter. This is purpose built here, you know? That's new. This one right here, this is new. This is a new one. Because that one I remember.
Making progress.
In the cabinet, it was even mentioned. This one I do not remember. This is 100% new.
The writer of the first word, not the writer of the last. With the terror of the light and the shadow cast. The third eye now open to project the night. This is the moment to write. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone.
Definitely new. Definitely a new one. But again, poster? I kind of assume they're maybe talking about Ati and the janitor's posters, because we see those every once in a while. It ain't here. There ain't no poster in here. Shoebox? Oh, look at all this stuff. All right. There, setter. Flashlight charge. Hard maybe on this one. Max health up. There we go. We can take the shotgun. We have like all of our inventory space here too, which is kind of amazing. I didn't even realize that until just now. Just these. I'm not going to take this stuff just yet. We're just going to kind of leave this. I know, I'm playing inventory Tetris. I know I'm playing inventory Tetris. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright. This is good for now. That's nice. This isn't bad, but no, I think just these are fine. Then let's quick save this on, let's put this on 2, on double 2. Is a word for inventory Tetris? Is it called inventory Tetris? Can I save? Let me save again. It's fine, I think it wants me to get this.
The image of the witch in the sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror.
I believe it's called
Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
knurling. Knurling, I think it's the word for it. Knurling is when, say you have a Lego set, right? You have all the parts. So instead of keeping them in the bag, like they, I think they kind of intend you to keep them in the bag and then go, bag to bag as needed. Instead of doing that, you pour them all out onto the table or whatever, surface you have, and then you organize them. Organize them by size, you organize them by color, you organize them even by bag if you want. But by the end, they're all organized in neat little rows before you even start putting things together. That's knurling. Knurling. I save now? I can't save. Still can't save. Alright. Oh, I guess I need to do this. Hold on.
Figured all this out already.
Yep, sure did.
So this goes here, and that goes there.
And this goes here.
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual. Nightingale's heart disappeared from the morgue. Where is it now? To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Then push the heart through the hole in the sign. I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Where is it?
The cultist leaned close. He was there, but he was risen. Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more. Nightingale's heart. Where is it?
While they played cards in the general store, the witch had stolen his heart. Get out of my house.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge.
I'm looking something up because Lost Joke said that knurling was something else. I know that's a form of knurling. Looking it up on my phone. Or I'm not. Or or I'm not streaming anymore. Did my internet go down? My internet went down, didn't it? Ooh. Uh-oh. Let me pause recording.